welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Modz, and today is Bismarck Thursdays, and we are going to be doing issue 9 of the Battleship Bismarck. And I'm a little bit concerned about this issue because we're working on the gearbox now for the anchors, and I've looked at the various videos and stuff, and it does look a very fiddly issue what we're doing today. So I better get started on this one. So with all that said, let's get modelling. Okay, let's get started on this issue. Now, I've got the what we did in issue 8 here, and yeah, we've got quite a bit to do with all the motors and everything that we're going to be putting in. So the first thing we need to do, we need to put a shafter pin in, and that is going to be going in, let's have a look, that hole just there. Okay, then what we need to do, we need this cog. There's two sizes to this. There's this one and there's this one here. We want the one that doesn't have that tab end, and that's just going to fit on to that cog. Okay, the next bit is we need to put another shaft in, so this one here. Now this is going to be more or less going behind this one, slotting down into there, and then we need this part here that we just showed with that tab on. Oh, and that's just going to go down there, position it like that. They're saying that we need to sort of position it the way it is. Okay, so we are motoring along now. Okay, so the next bit we need to do, we've got this cog here. Now this cog's got this sort of funny bit to it. That's going to be going into this hole in the middle, a little bit hidden by it. That's going in there, like just like that. And then we've got these cogs here. Now if you look, there's a sort of bit of a tapered end there. That must be facing upwards. So nope, sorry, it needs to be facing downwards. So these might be a little bit tricky to get in because we've got to get past. Don't worry, that's not a problem. I think I'm just taking it nice and steady. Okay, and then we need to do the same on the other side. Hopefully this time with no dancing cogs. That's quite a lot of force on that side, but it's in. Yeah, that's in. Just making sure that gear's where I want it to be. Right, okay. If not, you just kind of can lift it up. Really? Right, that's more like that. That's where I want it to be. Okay. Right, so the next bit we need to do is we've got the motor and this bit that we had in the last issue, and what we're going to be doing is we need to put this on the motor. Now I've been looking at this and I think I might be a bit of an easier way to do it by doing sort of that. Now the wire has to be facing upwards, and then doing that. So that's now engaged. That was a lot easier because I know some people had difficulties with it. Okay, the next section we need is this bit here. This is a switch, and this wants to go in, and that's just going to sit there just like that. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm just going to put it on my helping hand because I'm going to add some grease to these cogs. It seems to be a bit out of line there. There we go. Making sure it's back in place. Okay, and I've just got a little bit of modeller's grease here, and how I do it is I just literally use a cocktail stick just to add some grease to these motors. You don't need a lot, because once they start moving around they will sort of self-grease themselves, so you don't have to cake it in absolute tons of it. So I'm just carrying on. I mean, it doesn't say in the instructions that it needs to be greased, but I just think for the lifetime of the model, better to be sure than not. And I've just picked up a pin there and it's covered in grease. Right, so let's get it out. And this is just, like I said, my old gluing cocktail stick. Shake your hands again. Do some tweezers to pick that up and put that back in. Okay, I've got some tweezers. I don't want to get grease all over my hands. Okay, so missed a bit to put grease on. I just want to put a bit on the just up here. Like I said, this will all go around every cog once everything's on. Okay, so next I'm going to put in the motor, just like that. Then I need that switch. Now I'm going to have to take it off the helping hand to do this bit, to get that switch in. There we go. Okay, here comes the fun bit of trying to put the lid on. And that's just gone on nicely into place, just like that. Now we do have to screw this together, and we need 6, gosh that's a lot of screws, but we need 6 of the PB 2x6mm screws that we've been sent in this issue. That's a lot of screws. Okay. So, one there, yeah. Another one in there because I want to be able to put this box flat and get the rest of these screws in, and then I'll feel a bit more comfortable. One in there. Let's lock the motor in. One in there. One in there. Oh no, that's the wrong place to be putting a screw. Don't use that hole yet. Went to completely the wrong hole. One in there. Well, I can safely say with 6 screws this thing is not coming apart. Okay, right, now we've done that, we need to mount it to the bow section. So I'm going to use my little helping hand here, because we need to get the anchor chains into these two holes here. So I'm going to try and let gravity work with me. And get it through. Now I can feel them, one coming out the other end. Can't feel this one yet coming out the other end. Trying to concentrate with this one. Oh, it has come out the other end. Okay, and then we just put that onto there and bob that onto there. Now I'm still going to use my helping hand here because there is still a lot of detail underneath. I don't want to put this on the mat and break any of the detail, but we need to screw it in at these 4 points. And get my screwdriver. That'd be the worst, that we've done all that really nice detail on the other side, but yet we damage it by putting these 4 screws in. That's 2 in. These are going in nicely. That's the 3rd, and then we've just got the 4th, and then we can move this around, but we've still got stuff to do. Right, okay, thank you, Mr. Helping Hand. That definitely came in. Right, okay, there we have the chains coming out of the chain guides. So what we next need to do is, we made these in a previous issue, we're actually going to be using them now. Now remember, we need to put the red one, which is part, is on the left side. So push that on. Ooh, that fitted lovely into place. And then we will put the green, which is the starboard side, so that's on the right. Now these don't need to be glued in, because if you remember when I said about them rods, they had a little bit of a thing on them where that's just going to lock them in. Okay, right, so next bit we need to do is these tiny parts here, absolutely tiny, and that needs to actually be glued onto there. So let's get some glue. Don't need a lot. Okay, now whenever I do the Bismarck, I've decided that I'm having a new cocktail stick for it, because it's always tiny intricate work, and I've seen what's coming up in the future, and I think that's the best idea. Okay, so I've got a tiny amount of glue. Now that's just going to go on this rod that's sticking out just here, and that just fits into place just like so. Okay, going okay so far. Right, so what we need to do now is we need to wrap the anchor chain around the starboard and port capstans, just like that. Okay, and then we need to pop the anchor through the top here. And again, try and use gravity to your advantage. Okay, that's the first one. I thought the other one side then had actually done it itself, but no. That's that one inside. Okay, and that's that one done. Okay, looking like that. Right, so we're now on the home straight. We're to do the last thing. Now the last thing is to put the chain on the rings of the anchors. Now I've got a funny feeling this is going to be fun, but we'll give it a go. I mean, how? Right, I'm gonna just stop recording, guys, while I get this done, because this, yeah, looks extremely fiddly. Alright, so sorry I had to cut there, guys, but there was no way that I could get them anchors onto them, the chain onto them hooks. Absolutely no way, and I had to go next door and go get Yorkshire Crafter to come and do it for me, because that was an absolute utter nightmare trying to get a tiny chain around them rings. And I wouldn't even mind, but we get replacement rings later down the line. So they're on, and I'm happy they're on. That's what I can say about that one. And that's all there is to do in this issue. Yeah, what an issue that has been. So we've got the anchors on now, and we've now got the gearbox on. So that is fantastic. It looks amazing. Absolutely looks amazing. And that's it for this issue. So that's issue 9 now complete. Well, that's it for this issue of the Bismarck, guys. Thanks for tuning in. That was a massive issue to do. Wow, I mean that. And I know it's going to get like that in this model. I've seen it, so yeah, I think it's just a test of things to come. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a massive thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe bell and hit the notification bell and be notified of any future videos. But as always, guys, stay safe and bye for now.